Hello, everybody. How you doing? Welcome to the channel. So today we're talking about the Premier League, the major games that we have played today. So, is it now a two-horse race? Chelsea drew against Newcastle, Arsenal winning today. I think 1-0 versus Everton away at Everton, and Manchester City winning today. I think 3-0 against West Ham United. So, is it now a two-horse race? So, I'll bring some people on. So. Let's have a discussion. Hey Eddie, how you doing? I'm sure you're
What's good, man? I'm fine.
yeah.
What's up?
I'm good, I'm good, I'm good, I'm good, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. Sorry, let me get this.
Seeing how we are struggling to keep up with the league. It's crazy.
Oh man, so what's the take on the game? On the games played?
Oh well, it's same old. I can't even lie. It's man, it's not inspiring at all. It's not inspiring at all. It's not inspiring at all. I really don't know what we should do with that team because this is not how you win the league. Let's be honest with ourselves. Let's be honest with ourselves. We can't win the league like this. We've seen it over and over and over how we get to start and then after a while we just dwindle and then before you know you're not scoring and then you're struggling to keep up. I think the main thing with this team is the fact that the setup is the problem. We are too slow with how we move, in our final third.
Okay.
That's the main problem with this team. Because when you're trying to build and then you have to like settle around with the game, you're just giving your opponent a chance to regroup and then there's no space for you to improvise and do what you're supposed to do. That's why I say a team like Man City. That's why I keep telling people that what makes a team ruthless. Let's go back to when we had them MSN Barcelona. Before the match starts, like before you get to 20 minutes, they don't load you like 3 goals, make you face no stay, your body go, make it touch you. You
First,
understand? So
yeah.
you literally don't have any. You're not even inspired to come back and win them. It's just how you can. All you're thinking of is how you can like finish off the game. You understand? But the problem with Arsenal is the fact that we tend to try to control the game for a whole 90 minutes. Bro, you can't keep doing that now. You can't always expect to go to someone's home and then you just want to control the game for 90 minutes. And then before you know, Ateta plays this kind of safety football, which me I don't like. It's all good to play the safe football and then try to downtone the chaos that comes after in terms of quick counter and every other. But you can it's not how you're going to win. You always want to play safe for 90 minutes. And then you see that what am I saying is this is you try to play safe, and then it gets to the point where let me say like the 70 minutes where you're supposed to take out your key players that have played on a stretch. And you're not able to take them out because you're still struggling to win the game. Because if you play properly and then probably you're leading us at let's say 2-3-0. By 60 minutes, you're supposed to be taking out the clan rice, take out your Zubimendi and bring other people to try to freshen up with the team. We keep playing these guys for the whole night before you know injury just comes in from nowhere. That's why I just keep saying it's not sustainable. Not when you have Man City at this time that they've picked up, brother. It's not sustainable. It's not.
Man
It's
City,
not sustainable.
they're back. They're back in form. Haaland is doing
Bro, bro,
what he's
bro.
doing. You know.
Bro, what made me fear Man City was that guy called De Bruyne. That guy was something else. Because I've always said without him, to me they are still spineless. But they've literally picked up though, you understand? But there were days where Arsenal, Man City, and De Bruyne is starting. Bro, my mind no did the match at all because of De Bruyne. My mind no did the match. But
Yeah.
now, nah lie, I can literally just comfortably watch that because it's not that we are way better. You see, like I said, with the way we play, it doesn't even help Gyökeres. I know he's struggling, but the only time Gyökeres had a clear-cut chance today was that pass Saliba gave him. You can imagine the pass came from Saliba and nobody else. Even if you put Haaland in this team, brother, he won't score the goals you're expecting.
We'll
He's not
still
scoring. Let's not lie to ourselves. He's not scoring.
So
And then you
let me
know,
ask you a
and
question. Sorry, let me
okay,
ask you a
okay.
question now. So between you have Izzy, you have Odegaard. So would you prefer to be the 10? Because it feels like because if Odegaard is injured, Arsenal fans will always be like Odegaard is injured, Odegaard is injured. That's why no one is creating. So
Well, Before I get to that answer, let me say something about Odegaard.
Okay.
I've always been factual, even with Chima, like for a long time. I've always told you, I said, see, I don't rank Odegaard as KDB and De Bruyne. I don't. I have my reason for it because for me, Odegaard is not a killer. It's not a
Okay.
killer. He plays more like he plays more like he stays in enemy's territory, to pick. It's more like he picks pocket in enemy's territory. That's what he does for me. It's not like a killer player because I expect my number 10 to always move in transition and know what to do. See
Okay.
that clear cut chance when we were three. I think when we were, it should be 3-on-2 when we had himself, Saka and Gyökeres. I just see the bad pass he gave to Gyökeres. Like, are you kidding me? So now the issue I have with Eze, the Eze I'm seeing in Arsenal, I can't believe it because I'm like, is it the same Eze I watch in
Crystal
Crystal
Palace.
Palace? Because I'm not asking myself, is it the team thing or is it individual thing? Because first things first, our style of playing Arsenal, the central areas in our gameplay it does not exist. I don't know why. We play this Ariana Grande football side to side, side to side, side to side, side to side, and then the ball goes back to the defense. Like, bro, what's wrong with the central areas? We don't play towards the central area. So that's why most times you get to see that there are games where I'm like, we don't need to always start Zubimendi and Rice. Bro,
Mhm.
you can come up with Rice and then you pay Eze and Odegaard just to get something. I don't know if you understand me. You don't always need to play because when we got Zubimendi, people kept shouting, "Oh, the new, better than Pate, better than Pate." Bro, the only forward pass I saw today from Zubimendi was in the 88th minute from the corner kick where we had to pass back to Saka. It's not because it's not like I don't hate him or anything. He's new to the league and then he's playing. You understand? But we have this mindset of always saying, when a new player comes, you're always quick to like say, "Oh, he's better than this." Bro, Pate tried his best, but then he had his injury struggles and every other thing. But for me, so I can't really say who should start. In as much as Odegaard just got back from injury, you
Mhm.
understand? But I don't. The only game I have seen was the game against Tottenham, bro. Let's not be in denial. Every other game I've not seen him. He hasn't done anything. He hasn't done
Maybe it's
anything. He just
big team fever. Because if you're a Crystal Palace, if Crystal Palace comes to Arsenal and draws 0-0, everybody will praise them. It's a good result. Even if it's at home, self, they draw 0-0. It will be say, oh, good result, wonderful play. But when you come to an Arsenal, Chelsea, Manchester United, even if you go away to Crystal Palace, you go away and you draw, it's like you've lost. So maybe he's still having that big team pressure, or what do you think? I think it's something else. Maybe tactics.
well, bro. Let's not lie. I don't think for me, if I'm to rate Ateta's attacking mindset, I'll put it at a 2/10. I don't think no. To be honest, just look at your stats now. I don't think we've had any attacker that has literally thrived under Ateta. Like any proper attacker, like you can say, "Oh, this attacker really tried under Ateta." And you see, I tell people that right now, if we're able to sign anyone inside this our team, we need killer monsters. I don't need players that will come and bro, right from post dementia as a Wenger. I'm tired. Do you understand? I don't want to see players that they will say, "Oh, they are just coming up. Oh, they are adding them to the team." I need killer monsters. That's what I need on this team, because if you look at our Arsenal, the transition with Arsenal, you always find it that at every time we've tried to build the team, we've always lacked like one or two profiles. You understand? Like one or two profiles. Like see when we had Sanchez, we had Ozil. We just needed a killer attacker in front. I don't
Mhm.
remember if you remember that season that Leicester won the league. That Ozil played his best, and Giroud had the mind to go from January to April and not score a fucking goal, and we lost the league. And he has the same mindset to come out, and he was. I think that was somewhere last week that we don't have the killer mentality. Well, I'll leave him. I'll leave him to the God of Old Testament. I'll leave him to that one. So, like what I'm saying, you see, right now people are clamoring about this guy in Bournemouth that has a release clause by January. What is it called? Semenyo. But
Semenyo, yeah.
you ask yourself the main question. First things first, I was even on the side of saying, oh, let's try to, take off Trossard. But Trossard has been our most clutch attacker this season. I can't
Yeah.
even lie.
But one thing I
Has
want
been
to say
our
about
most.
Semenyo is that Semenyo is a heavily transition-based player. Heavily based transition. You're defending deep, you're defending, you hit opposition on the break, full pace, he runs full tilt. And the good thing about him is that he's powerful. He's not even meant to be a winger. His size doesn't look like a winger size. It looks like he should be a centre back or a nine. Because he looks too big to be a winger. He looks too big and too powerful to be a winger.
I see. I swear when I see his likes himself and Amanda try, I'm like, niggas, you guys should be playing American football. You should not even be playing football. I swear.
Yeah.
You guys should be running as white backs in American football.
Yeah, wide receiver. So, but when you now back to the big team thing again, when you now come and play for Chelsea, Arsenal, Liverpool, although Manchester United are in the mud now, but Manchester United, Man City, teams will respect you. Teams will say, okay, yes, you're better than us. We now will be the team that will sit deep. We now will be the team that would, if we want to press you, we'll squeeze you high up in your own half, so you can't even hit us on the break anymore. So now you'll now be working in tight spaces. So that's the only thing I have about Semenyo. Everyone is crazy about him right now, and fair play to him because he's been scoring goals and coming up with assists. So fair play, in that regard. So January window soon is almost there. This month is almost over. If you have your wish list, first off, is the title race now a two-horse race between you guys, Arsenal and Man City, or is anybody that you think can come in? First off.
Well, I think for now I won't put it as a two-horse race, because if you even look at it, well, the truth is most teams in the EPL, like the mid teams exactly,
Mhm.
they've been below par for real. Do you know why I'm saying this? Now, if you remember when the season started, Aston Villa, I think for their first 7 games they didn't score a goal,
Yeah,
but now they are third on the table.
they're third on the table
There was
now.
a time in the league where if you don't sit up for your first 7 games, bro,
Yeah,
straight to relegation, like straight to relegation. Don't even bother. No even bother. Your first 7 games, if you mess up, no worry yourself. Just be thinking
Mhm.
of how to survive relegation. But I mean, see Aston Villa, they are third on the table. Like how? From where to where? So I just feel most of the teams are not even serious. Like look at a team like Tottenham. In as much as I know that it's not easy to manage, it's easy to say, oh, they're not performing, but I think that's literally one of the clubs where they've had like a high list of injured players. So
Mhm.
you see sometimes it affects the coach's game management. You understand? So I won't really put it out. I won't really hit out at Thomas Frank by saying, "Oh, he hasn't done so well." But you see, looking at the whole thing, I think for the past 2 seasons, there's something I've actually learned from the whole thing about football. You see, back then we used to be like crazy about football when they be like, "Oh, your team is going to sign this guy," and then you go on YouTube and you look at the guy, you be like, "Damn!" You watch his
Of
YouTube.
course, yeah.
You'll be like, "See, I need this guy," and then this guy will finally show up in your team, and you'll be like, "Who the hell is this?
Who did we sign?
Like, what the fuck did we sign?" You understand? So that shit doesn't even freak me out anymore. You understand?
Mhm.
But I keep telling people that for me as a person, my first choice left winger as will always be this guy. Why am I forgetting his name? Was it Rafael Leao?
Okay.
I, s- I say it any day, anytime. People will tell me, "Oh, it's too unserious, it's too this," and it's just like when I spoke with him. I told him, I said, if you are playing for AC Milan, will you go there serious? If you play for Milan, you yourself you go serious. Can you call Milan a serious team? That guy is a proper baller. You understand? People are talking about Vinicius. I'm sorry. You see me. I'm not a fan of Brazilian attackers when they've picked to a point in their career. I'm not a fan,
Mhm.
because I think there's this only their defenders age like fine wine. But you see the attackers, after it gets to a while, they're not the same anymore. I just don't know why. So that's why the whole Vinicius thing, people are like, oh, that he has a problem at Madrid. I'm like, if not Madrid, they behave like that. Now, Arsenal won't come behave proper, bro. You cannot go and pick. I remember when there was a time where Arsenal fans were clamoring for Tony Cruz. I'm like, bro, people think. I'm not sure you've seen what's going on at Manchester United. You don't expect a player like Casemiro that after he has won almost everything at Madrid to come and be showing working at Manchester United. You're only coming to just come and chill, just maybe for the thrill of, oh, I want to finally play in the EPL.
The Premier League,
But
yeah.
don't expect anything. People always talk about experience. I'm like, that's the same thing people were playing with Jorginho. That nigga came and cost us so many points. I beg. All this experience talk with sluggish players, I don't want them at all. Just give me transition monsters. That's what I want in Arsenal. Like people, I know sometimes I know that style of football, it's more of, oh, let's control the game. But I keep telling people that, you see, that was the same thing we had when we played. If you remember when we played last season against Bayern, I'm like, you've never won the Champions League. So there's no way you expect to play a big team and then expect to control them for full 90 minutes. But it's not possible now. It's not possible. Full 90 minutes, you just want to be playing the ball around. Who are you? It's not possible. You just have to when it's time, just score your goal and just relax yourself. You don't need to like think of, oh, I'm trying to control. You know, that's my big problem with Arteta. He's so risk averse. He doesn't want to take any risk because because I know, if you remember, that's the first season where we signed Zinchenko and Gabriel Jesus, where we always playing the whole fast attack, fast footballer. But there was a problem that season that he had. We considered so much on counter attack. And if you can remember, we had this guy playing as the sluggish Granit Xhaka, in as much as nobody has been able to replicate his position with the way we used to play them. But I can't tell people that he should go back to that system of football. In as much as we have better defenders now, like come on, we have better defenders.
Gabriel,
like our back line is like so good. It's just that I only expect that I wish Timber can add a little more to his offensive game. It will be the best thing since like ever. That's one person I know. I can bank on that. I mean, nobody can beat him on that flank. But his offensive game is not. It's still a little bit tacky. You understand? Once in a while, he just needs to like pause and think. You know, don't just be like, you get the ball, just pause a little bit and probably look up and think. That's why I always tell people that our best passer in that backline is Ben White. Our best passer in that backline is Benjamin White. Nobody passes the ball like him in that backline. Nobody. Just I don't know. He's so unstable in that backline. As much as throughout last season, he was the only person playing. Timber was injured. The glass samurai that we sold was injured, so it was only Ben White running the entire season. So that's why for me, I felt bad that last game we played against Wolves. I expected that Arteta would have managed him properly because he was coming back from an injury. There was no reason for him to play in 4 straight games. I mean, that game, why did he even have to, like, he went ahead to start Timber as a left back? Like, how? When Skelly was on the bench, just play Skelly and then try to manage your players. Because first of all, we've lost Mosquera, we've lost Big Gabi. So what we have to do right now, we have to manage the players. I tell people that if we lose Declan Rice in that midfield, we are finished. We are finished because Nosga doesn't even come into play.
Yeah, and I think Zubimendi. After we'll talk about Chelsea game in a bit. It's a bit funny. All the Chelsea fans, I feel like Chelsea fans have not come up.
No. All those Gueva men, they don't sleep, as they don't play, they don't survive. Collect 1 point today, they don't run.
Yeah. So I think Zubimendi, for me, that guy is a controller. I think there are different sort of sixes. You have sixes that are controllers. They help you control the game, pop the ball about, but to be creative and give you incisive passes from that midfield, I'm not quite sure that Zubimendi, is the.
When you talk about a controller, please, what kind of, is it controller of prison? What kind of controller? Because I've not seen what he has done, please, to be honest. Maybe he does a good job with the Spanish team because the Spanish team plays more of a fluid kind of football. Because like I said, the EPL is different. La Liga is a tactical league. EPL is a physical league. You understand? They go bully you for EPL proper. So for me, when you say he's a controller, because if you watch more of our game today, Odegaard had to drop into the first and second zone to pick up the balls from deep play to like try to push ahead. So me, I kept asking like, what is Zubimendi even doing? Because for me, the only midfielder we have in that place is Declan Rice. Declan Rice does everything. He's defending, he's whipping in set pieces, he's pushing the ball high up the pitch. And to me, that's why I keep saying I don't understand our central game zone. Like that central areas, I don't understand what goes on in our central area. So that's why for me, when they didn't sub in what's this guy called Eze today. Well, I didn't even really blame Ateta because I know Ateta was really pissed with how we considered that goal against Aston Villa. Like Eze was just lost. That's the last game he played now. I don't think he has played any other game after that. The Champions League game after that, he didn't play. So I just feel he's not doing enough because come on, I mean you're coming to Arsenal, you're coming back to Arsenal at 27 and then you've played in the league. Nigga, we signed you for a reason now. We didn't sign you for you to be looking bad. We signed you for a reason. Like eat up football for me. Like I want to win the league, brother. I want to win league. You don't say.
So,
You
okay.
don't say.
And the question I'll ask you after we talk about Chelsea, I'll ask you a question. You say Arsenal has to win the league. So the Chelsea game, for me, the other Chelsea fans are not here. Yeah, so I would carry the cross on my head for that one. First of that game, the way the game started, the first half was. I would like to know your thoughts on it from an outside eye. The first half was just ridiculously bad. The first half was bad, and you talk about Arteta. Say Arteta likes to control game. I think Maresca likes to do that, but to the detriment of attacking football. Like he will take fullbacks that should be supporting wingers and tuck them in midfield. And no matter what is happening with the wingers, they never support them. The first half was completely bad.
I think. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm listening.
First half was completely bad, and then Fofana, that first goal. It was. It's like,
Sorry, please just hold on. Can you just hold on? I want to. I think let me just update my data. Just hold on, please.
Okay.
Just update my data. So easy.
Okay.
Good evening, my brother.
Good evening, Shehu. So Arsenal they won today. Won 1-0, even if it was a tough one. They won 1-0. Man City won.
I know.
3-0. And then the Chelsea game, we're talking about the Chelsea game. So Eddie, you're back with us, yeah?
Yeah, I'm back. I'm back.
Yeah, so we're talking about the Arsenal Chelsea game. The first half for me was horrible first half. And that Fofana's goal, I keep calling Fofana's goal because for me, sometimes people see error, they see the immediate error that causes a goal. But for me, sometimes I see 3 steps ahead. Fofana that ball was coming out.
Yeah.
I said, let the ball leave your feet. By that I meant pass that ball. Gordon came and hit him and put pressure on him. I think it's like God telling you to pass that ball.
Can you contrast that same scene with our match? Can you contrast that same Fofana scene with our match? Do you remember when Saliba lost the ball and Zubimendi almost cost a penalty? That same scene.
Yeah.
That's exactly the same scene. That's why I tell people, see, I'm always about just play basic football and relax. That's why I have one major problem with Skelly. Skelly wants to play football like he's Roberto Carlos. Nigga, you're just 20 or you're whatever age you are. Like, just play your basic football and rest. Mm-hmm. You're inside your own turf. You're inside your own space, and then you're trying to do the biggest thing in football ever. Bro, just pass and relax. You understand? Like, say this thing that you're talking about with Maresca. I think these coaches, they love to do experiments. Probably the prodigies coming under what's it called, Pep Guardiola. You see the likes of Arteta, Maresca, and even this guy in PSG. That's why sometimes I tell my guys, if you want to stake any tickets, don't play PSG for your ticket because those niggas experiment too full their head. I don't know why. Football just has to be simple. Do you understand? But they try to make it look like, they now want to push a responsibility to one player needs to take up like 5 responsibilities at the same time. Like you mentioned Chelsea, you see that a player like Gusto is occupying Cole Palmer's space. Like, bro, what are you doing there? That's not your position.
Exactly. So you
And that's
want
not
to
your
define
position.
midfield, and that is all because they say control game, control game. How are you controlling game? In 2025, if you want a super athletic midfielder, you will get him. If you want an athletic midfielder that has pace, you will get him. You don't need to start getting a fullback and play him out of possession. So that first goal happened, led to the goal. Crossing Voltamade scored it. Second goal, I blacked out on that one. Scored second goal. Then the second half they came in.
Yeah. The second goal was from a dead ball. I think
Yeah,
Caicedo
okay, it was Gordon as
played
well.
him up.
He was on the ball. He shifted it onto
Yeah,
his
yeah,
and
yeah, yeah,
put it
yeah.
in. Yeah, Voltamade converted that one again. Then second half, like I keep saying about Gittins, I know Sheung is going to slaughter Gittins, but I keep saying this thing. Garnacho
The person, trust me, the person that brought Chelsea back into that game was Ramsdale. That nigga has always been a fucking fool. Like you literally left the post. You literally left the post for Rich James to score such free kick. Like, are you for real? Like, he slept in one position.
No, that's what. But anyway, that's what commentators used to pundits used to say. That's why they say it. For me, when pundits say it, I say, "Don't. Why are you saying that? Like, doesn't it kind of makes sense, but it doesn't make complete sense." Which is, and they say the goalkeeper leave one side for the wall and stay at one side. If the ball goes into the side where the wall is, at least you say you cover the own side. The goalkeeper shouldn't be thinking of covering his own side. You should be thinking of making it safe.
See, like, nigga, be fucking central. What are you covering? You're not even covering shit. I see that. It's exactly what I think. I think it's the same thing that almost happened with when we played Liverpool at Anfield, and then Soboslai scored that free kick. Me, I tell people, in as much as that one was even a spectacular free kick, but I tell people, I'm like, see, this don't come to me and tell me about this idea of saying, oh, you goalkeeper covered one side, the wall is supposed to cover one side. Bro, your job is to make sure the ball does not enter the net. It's not to cover one side of the post.
Exactly.
That's not it. That's why I'm still trying to reach out to, because there's something about even the goalkeeping thing. I was trying to reach out to like probably a professional goalkeeper to like ask, why is it that goalkeepers, they try to save the ball? Like if the ball is coming towards this side, they try to save it with this other hand, rather than this other hand. I don't know if you understand me.
Yeah.
I noticed that shit. Like the ball, like, bro, you can really dive better with this hand, but you're trying to use the other hand that's not stretching.
I don't know. So, but anyways, let's get Sheung. How you feeling? It's almost like someone has hit you. How are you feeling after that draw against Newcastle United?
I told you yesterday that might be a draw or lost.
True. Yesterday you did predict a draw.
And I'm just going to Newcastle go with Chelsea. My question is, first of all, why are you batting? We have Endo on the bench, Sanders on the bench. Play proper midfield three of Enzo Fernandez and either Alessandro Santos or Fernandez to play with Caicedo. Simple as ABC.
Mm-hmm.
Do the basic thing on the football pitch. The base. Secondly, I think one guy's the gambler. The gambler. Everybody that Pep. The gamblers. They gamble a lot. So
I think they learned the late lesson of Pep. Because when coaches come out to, I'll say this and I'll lie, sorry. When coaches come up and say this thing, oh, I watched this guy, I saw detail, this person inspired me. I say, oh boy, they lie, you. They lie. Because I remember Maresca, he said, who inspired him to coach? Who inspired his style of play? He said Guardiola. And which Guardiola's team? Not this man's team, oh. Barcelona Guardiola. Because he used to play for Sevilla. I was a midfielder for them, and they say, oh, the game that Sevilla played in Barcelona, that was perfect football. But that Barcelona side, their fullbacks used to be like wingers. Dani Alves, they used to fly like wingers. But you
Bro,
now,
bro,
this
we
is
don't
what
have
will inspire me.
we don't have those kind of fullbacks anymore. Those guys were crazy. Like when you go back and reminisce about Danny Alves, that guy
Mm.
was just too good. Swear to God, that guy was just fucking good. Like he was just too good.
So let's allow Shehu who complete his points. Because I know every Chelsea fan now. How I hate the horse.
First of all, I watched the game on my phone,
Okay.
and after
So network.
I switched off the game, I playing PS.
At least the one you
Because
can control.
what I'm saying, what I'm saying, it's eyes off my face. No control in the midfield. Uh, you guys are just bullying Chelsea all the way to the pitch,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't know what happened. Second half, maybe you guys slept. Maybe you guys slept. They switched the place. You guys now West Chelsea, Jason. You guys now be like Chelsea. That's Newcastle. And game change. The goal that the goals first goal. Why Chalobah falling? They close the ball to the box 18. The keeper said the ball. Why are you falling inside the box 18? Chalobah the first goal. Why is he falling? I don't know. And the second goal, I don't know why defender has they have sense. We know that striker behind him. We let that guy turn and just through his leg for the ball. It's about that. Now Garnacho for me, Gitti and Garnacho, they are the same thing.
I have.
Just waste of
Go on, continue.
money. Gitti just run, headless chicken. Boom. Garnacho, create space yourself. Score goal. Boom. No show. Today, against Everton today, Garnacho almost 7 chances to score today. Wasting it.
Kept making
And
the same mistake over and over again.
mistake
Over
in
and over
same
again.
thing.
Take ball to his weaker
And
foot, smash it to where the goalkeeper is meant to be standing, that near post.
And what's something? Look at Chelsea bench this season, and then the last season. Everything now worst. From having Colin Jackson, Jan Felix and Nkunku on the bench, to now having Jimmy Gittin, Garnacho on the bench. I want to compete with Man City. No way,
Gittins,
now no
Gittins
way.
is more
That's not
like Gittins
possible.
for me. It's more like
But
It's
Gittins.
not possible at all.
More
but
like Gittins.
funny
Yeah.
enough, I told Chelsea fans, I said something. I said another big, another little error that would tweak the little flow they had was Cole Palmer coming back into that team.
Okay.
But
Mhm.
most won't see it. It's just like it's the same thing with Arsenal with Odegaard coming back into the team. You
Mhm.
understand?
Yeah.
One
If
thing,
at the point where Kopama was injured, watch the way they played. They played quite very well. That's why that game against Arsenal, Chelsea, Arsenal, Stamford Bridge. I told someone, I said, if Kopama started that game, we for beat them pieces for Stamford Bridge. If he started that game, they're just lucky he didn't start that game. It's one thing to
one
incorporate
thing,
a star player back into the team, and then you always notice that the rhythm changes a little bit, like a little, a little a
Yeah.
little. And I think Chelsea fans should come to the realization that what they are expecting from Gittins, they shouldn't have high expectation from Gittins. You understand? That's why it goes back to that thing I was telling you about Brazilian attackers. You might see a Estevao now showing up. Trust me, in the next 3 to 4 years, you might not see the same Estevao showing up. I am telling you. We've seen. Don't forget Oscar at Chelsea.
Mm-hmm.
Don't forget Oscar at Chelsea. That's why I tell you, Brazilian attackers, they always peak at a very young age at a particular age, they just dwindle. That's the problem I have with the Brazilian attackers. But you see a player like Gitten.
nah,
Well, I think the first things first. My first suggestion to anybody would be like, Omo, if you're going to if you're going to the German league, don't sign anybody expensive in that league, because that league, I don't know what's with that league. Once you sign anybody out of that league to your league, whatever expectation you have of that player, see, just tone it down because it's they work. It does not work at all.
For me,
It
there
does
are
not
two
work.
things
I don't know why.
I have about Gittins. There are two issues I have with Gittins. Shehu, I think you have a point to make. When he does makes the point, I'll talk about that. Two things with Gittins, two issues I have with that boy. His brain is not correct.
Now, let me talk about what they talk about the Chelsea policy.
Mm-hmm.
See, this team have good structure already. Good defense line, their big defense line. The best getting better every day. Just get me a world-class centre back and a quality striker. Good to go.
But your
Secondly,
boy scored today now. João Pedro.
after 45 minutes of secondly, Palmer play well at the right winger. That's number 10. Palmer play well at the right winger. That play that Pedro play. Palmer play well. That play very, very well. That number 10 is not work from watch that match very well. That space between the center defender and the midfield. That other side. Palmer play well. The first time this guy saw no chance there. Pedro function very well at left winger. The right winger watch it very well. So I know the go play this guy, this Brazilian young man, and Santos and Santos and the midfield.
Mm-hmm.
To just match the Newcastle power play and pressure. Can mark. So let's play for better for that in that number 10 row. Now this guy let's go to left hand side. On my left hand side. No, but no, nothing like inverting at all. But I mean that Palmer can cross very well. Palmer function better in that place than other side. Go and watch him on that position. And early last season, play well there. So now after that, talking about Estavo and Chelsea, I think Estavo will play well because Estavo is a picture talent.
Okay.
What the other is that I need somebody to groom him better. As in play last on big side. The way although he's injured now, but you can see someone that you have that ball that guy that she's missing. That was every time we score that goal, score that ball.
Sorry to cut you short. What's your best back four for your team?
For Chelsea,
Mm-hmm.
I go for James,
Mm-hmm.
Chaluba and Fofana. If everybody speed, and because Koué is out now, and Kukuela left back. But if this guy speed, Liverpool is speed. I go for Liverpool.
Oh, for fun.
James and Willa. That's what I go for. But for now, the best defense line, but they can't let's go for Chelsea. Fana, Chaluba, Kuela, and James.
Okay.
David.
Well, don't you think? But I also think I think on a long run, if you look at the whole inverting thing, I think Maresca has been trying to manage Reece James. You know how bad Reece James' injury record has been.
Yeah.
Trust me, Reece James can't run 90 minutes on that byline. He
But
can't.
people say this, but this is my pushback to that. This is my pushback. Midfield is not where you want to save somebody from injury. Midfield, that is where people kick you into the skies.
No, bro. You see, I understand you, but you see, like what I said. Let's look at the zone and space which you operate. Don't forget that as a right back, as a full back proper, you're running on that byline, to and fro.
Mm-hmm.
You're running to and fro. And trust me when I say game management with players. A player like Rich James has struggled with hamstring for a long term. So trust me, bro, hamstring running on byline. You know how these young all these new wingers when they don't give one, when they just give opportunity, bro, they will mess you up in EPL. They'll mess you up. See that counter attack against Wolves that we played. How did Ben White get injured? It was trying to cover up.
Mhm.
Now,
So trust
let
me,
me
I understand you saying, oh, playing as a midfielder, you might, they might kick you around. It's not about kicking you around, bro. You see that byline? That's why I tell you, make them test. They should go back and test all them Danny Alves. Those guys were always on fucking drugs. Those guys were on drugs, playing like they play on a stretch like nothing.
I I still feel he's coach because Pochettino had his flaws. I'm not saying he's a good coach. I'm not saying he's better than Maresca or anything. I wanted him out. But watch Gusto under Pochettino. Gusto was flying. Before Gusto, we used to be like, oh no, which time will this guy go fit now? As in Rich James. Anybody they bring, say this guy can't match up. He can't match to what Rich James will give you. But when Gusto was signed that first time, nobody was saying sell Rich James, but nobody was missing Rich James because he was going two-way. He will overlap, he will cross, he will come back, he will defend 1v1. But Maresca has come now, filled his brain with dust. Go and play, some games. How am I saying some games? Most games, he will just smash him in midfield. It's not even be dynamic, overlap, or no. Just stay there, stay in that midfield. And some Chelsea fans are getting crazy over Kenda. They say, oh, Kenda, this guy, Kenda, the Portuguese boy. Oh, Kenda, when Kenda come? I asked people, I said, do you see what his fullback does for him? Do you see how he combines with the fullback on that left-hand side? Because the importance of the fullback is when the fullback makes that runs, he takes a central midfielder or a second defender that comes to support the fullback. He takes him away. So now you're now left 1v1. But with Maresca's system now, you're always having 1v3, 1v2. Steadily,
okay.
every possession
Let
you
me
get, I'm coming to you.
let me come in.
Yeah, I'll come to you. I'll just make it and I'll let you come in. So every possession you have that. So how can your winger shine? And Gittins for me, Gittins is more of kittens. He's too timid. Once I noticed this in preseason, once he sees a second body close to a fullback, Gittins mind don't die. I say Gittins don't tire. He doesn't have that. Garnacho is not. I'm not saying Garnacho is a perfect winger, but Garnacho has the attitude of a winger. I'll keep coming at you. But
So
Gittins,
don't you think, from what you said, I don't know if you've observed like the trend on a long run. Don't you think we've lost the act of explosive wingers? If
yeah,
you watch closely,
yeah, we
what
are dealing with wingers.
what wingers were proper to what we have now. How many explosive wingers do we even really have?
See, coaches are not killing wingers because coaches want to be the reason, not a reason their team wins. They want to be the reason. So that now, Cheon,
Sir,
yeah.
let's see. First of all, they are keep football ready. They don't go to robots now. Growing up, I don't see explosive winger like Finidi George, Frank De Boer, Roland De Boer, Jerry Lippman, all those wingers.
Overmars.
They're very fast in attack. They are very good wingers then. But now they want Mbappe winger, play like robot football, play like this, stand like this, don't move around, don't shop, don't eat, don't do. They don't put robot now. They're killing football. They are not focused on winning. We're not entertaining anymore. They're killing
Yeah.
people because of that. Because look at this winger, look at this winger, look at Garnacho, Gittin, and the set of Eden Hazard, Damian Duff, and Ruben. Look at those wingers. Or let me say,
I'm telling you that maybe Hazard would have been on the bench for Maresca. I'm telling you because he
Miami,
I think you're breaking
Can
a
you hear
bit.
me?
Okay, go on. Go on. You're breaking a
Can you
bit.
hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Yeah. Yeah, I can hear you now.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you now. Go on, show. Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah. I can hear you. You have a network issue. I can hear you. I can hear you. Go on.
Let me come back. Let me come back. Let me come back. Let me come back. Let me come back.
Okay. All right. So for me, I just feel like
Okay, you
yeah.
see, like we said.
Mhm.
Now, when I love the fact that he listed the players he disagrees with. You see, when he said, "Oh, Gittins," he said Garnacho. You understand? So now the big question is, I literally wanted to ask him, like, why is that you didn't mention Pedro Neto? So why is it that Pedro Neto still plays more like a direct winger, even in the same system? It goes back to Arsenal. You see, when you see, there are times when people will talk and they'll be like, "Oh, that Ateta wants Martinelli to play as a touchline winger. This one, that one. Oh, always stay on the touchline. Don't invert. Don't make incisive runs." I'm like, why is that the same thing does not apply to Trossard when Trossard is playing? I mean, is it not that? Why is it that the same instruction doesn't go to Trossard? Isn't it the same system?
Yeah.
Isn't it the same system?
Yeah.
Because
I'll,
because because no, because for me as a person, you see, people keep saying that, oh yes, in as much as I know Martinelli is a road runner, he needs the ball on the run. It's not the kind of person that you need to put, it's not the kind of a player that clogs onto the ball. He just needs you to give him the ball on the run and then he probably does his job. But you see, for me, people kept saying that he had a better relationship with, Xhaka. Then Xhaka left. They brought someone else to unlock him. That one could not unlock him. They now brought another person. I'm like, bro, for how long would they keep unlocking you? You are another Brazilian attacker to me. I don't have long term expectation of you people. I just don't know why. Brazilian attackers, I don't have long term expectation of them because, bro, let's go back to, remember Alexander Pato now. Pato was crazy. But I mean, after a while, I just don't know why that thing happens with Brazilian attackers. I really don't know. I just don't know why. That after a while they just fade off instantly. I don't know.
Okay.
I just don't know.
your light is off. Sure. Can you hear me? Yeah. So for me, the thing is, Pedro Neto, he's trying. He's a hustler, but I'll tell you that if he had a fullback overlapping beside him, he would have. What you see him doing now, he would have been much better. He would have been a lot better than he's playing right now. So I just think, for me, I look at football is there are many ways to skin a cat, right? You can play your 3-4-3, you can play your 4-4-2, whatever formation you want to play. Just stay true to your tactical style, right? But football, many of us, we are fans of top six teams. We think that it's always about our team. It's always about our team. It's not about team. Sometimes when you meet a team, they'll tell you that, okay, we want to do something different. That thing you want to do, we will frustrate you. You see that thing you want to have your fullbacks in midfield. In fact, let them be playing like midfield. In that Atlanta game, he took off. Who did he take off? He took off a midfielder and brought Gusto. Into midfield to play as a midfielder.
I think what even happened in that game? Okay, there's actually something wrong with Maresca. I think it's almost similar to what's wrong with this Amorim guy in Manchester United. There are games where you see them play in Manchester United, and then you see him take off Euro and bring on another defender. I'm like, nigga, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, are you on crack? You're taking off the defender and bringing another defender. Like, what do you want to do? I think it was that Atalanta game Chelsea played. Now this, I think what's this other guy? I think he played a backline where he had someone was injured in the midfield. And instead of him to bring in a midfielder, like, and push the right back that was playing as a CM to the right back position, and then there was a center back playing as a right back and push him as he took out he took out the defender and then brought in another defender. I'm like, bro, from where to where now? Like, from where to where? Like, all he needed to do was just control the game. Like, just bring in Santos and then try to relieve Enzo of whatever pressure is on, so that at least he can probably just do the box to box runs and then not have to like think too much about what's happening behind, like defend and all that. So, and like you see, like you said, these coaches, well,
They want to be the reason the team wins. It's not because
but you see, like you said, we found the top six, and then every other team will always come and you see whatever you try, whatever you've had in plan, whatever you've improvised, to always come in as the devil's advocate and try to diminish whatever plans you have. But at the same time, too, I tell people they're just, as fans, we only see things from the screen and with what's happening. We don't know what happens behind the scene, like during training, the choices. But one way or the other, we can still tell that, oh, probably this player is not mentally sound, this other one, that other one. But you see, for like Arsenal team, I tell people, you see, like that thing I said, it's not most of the games who always play Zubi and Rice. Because see, like you said, you try to define Zubi. I cannot, for me, I really cannot define him right now. Because I keep asking myself, do we play better when we play a double pivot? Or do we play better when we play him as a single pivot? For me, I think we play better when they play as double pivots, himself and Rice. Because that game against Bayern, they played as double pivots. That play we played against Bayern. They literally played as double pivot. But you see, as a single pivot thing, you will notice that, like the game against Everton today, you always notice that he can't, you would see those two midfielders shadow him at all times. So that's why you would have Odegaard switching into a deeper role to pick the ball and try to start from the first to the second phase. But you see, like I said, the style of football is different for all of us. There are some people that will always say, oh, well, I'll still give it to Teta that he has been able to build the team to this point. But I keep asking the question: is it the one that can? Because there's always a point that you can't exceed as a person. You understand? So I keep asking myself: can he really push us beyond this point he has built the team to? Because you ask yourself, you see people who keep saying, "Oh, let's bring another coach, bro. Coach, not their market too. Let's not lie to ourselves. Coach, not today market too."
So let me just ask you this question now. So what if Arsenal finishes second? Would you still would you want to be at the club? They played and maybe 2 points or even goal difference between Arsenal and Man City. Would you still want him to be the coach or
Bro, first is first, it's really frustrating, you understand? But then again, you beg to ask the question. I think I've heard some people say, oh, let's go to Como and bring in Fabregas, this one, that one. Like, bro, not be to bring personal, now make team gel. You understand? It's not to bring somebody. Like, can the team literally, I just want to win the league. One lie. See, I don't want to make we win league. I swear, it won't be fun if we go this year without winning that league. It will not be funny. It will not be funny because they've literally given him. Let's just say they've literally given him like the proper arsenal. For the last past 2-3 years, they kept saying, "Oh, we didn't have squad depth. Like we were just plagued with injuries." When we get to towards February, we just start collapsing because the mental fatigue sets in and so many things. But you see, like this season, we've had the players, and then. For me, that's why I said that we need to improvise the killer instinct, whereby so that towards the 60th, 70th minute, we can start pulling out your key players and then, try to refresh every other person in the squad. Because, like I said, if Rice is injured, first in face, we've not even seen, I don't know what Noga does. I don't know what he does. I literally know he played almost all the games last season for Brentford. Why we signed him, I have no idea. They said experience. See that experience talk, today sit well with me at all because, bro, I don't need killers in my team. Like I said, I don't need my third center midfielder coming in and being exactly like the Clan Rice. But just give me half of what they do. Do you understand? Like if you can give me half of what my starting midfielders do, I'm okay. I don't know that, okay, once they are tired, you can come in and slot them and just, face out the game. I'm very good with that. But when we now have games where you're just praying that Rice should not be injured. For me, I think our next Champions League game should be against Inter Milan. Well, I don't really know, but I don't really think with at this point, what are we even really fighting for? Self, we don't even qualify.
But if
So
you winning Inter Milan, anyways, you should be winning Inter Milan because I
yeah,
don't think
but I think after that Inter game, the last game we have should be against Kairat. That cockroach team. We don't need to carry any of our top players. We can just play the lower boys. You see those teams, I don't like because those teams will literally infuse injury into your squad that you won't imagine.
the
So
only thing
all
I'm
those
saying
teams
is
that you
that
have
game.
to travel,
Man,
you
I
have
don't
to
lose
travel
that
like
game.
seven
Though.
thousand
When I
miles
last
to go
half
and
fire
play.
score. When I last
You
half
said?
fire score. When I last half fire score. I was
So, but for me, I just want the game me I'm prepared for. And if we don't win that game, I'll be so disappointed. You see the next game against Aston Villa. I swear to God, if we don't beat Aston Villa on the 30th of December,
Mhm.
Arsenal should just count me out because that game na revenge match for me. I hate that club called Aston Villa, especially that without their coach called Emery. It's as if it's just our arch nemesis. I just don't like them at all because that game against Aston Villa, we should have, like I said, if we are really a ruthless team, if we don't win that game, if we don't win that, when that match started, we should have won that game. But you see, we keep having chances and we just keep toying around, toying around, toying around. That's why I'm still pissed that we are probably the only team, one of the teams that didn't score against Liverpool this season. Liverpool no good now. I thought even the game we played against Bayern, I thought people that Bayern they are not good. They're not good. Forget the fact that they score five. I told someone even if Diaz played that game, we'll still win. They are not good.
Deal
It's
buying
not the
that
Bayern.
they set
It's
traps
not.
for
It's not the
themselves.
Bayern that used to. It's not the Bayern that used to kill us back then. They're not even that. Even the Champions League we lost to them. It almost translated to when we played them this season. That Champions League game we lost to them. If we took our chances, I remember after Saka scored that first goal, there was a chance we had with Ben White, and he ruined that chance. Immediately ruined that chance. That's when Kivio decided to allow the devil to carry him, and then we considered a goal. I don't want to ever see that boy call Kivio in Arsenal again. I don't want to see that boy. I don't want to see him. There are those players I don't want to see in Arsenal. I said that Kivio, even if we want to dash him to Porto, let's just give him to Porto. I don't want to see him anymore.
They
I
important
don't.
they have signed Thiago Silva, so maybe they don't.
Yeah. On short term,
Yeah,
they have.
it's just a free transfer, so good
They
signing for
have.
them. I would have
But
loved him
I,
at
but I
Chelsea.
still think we don't have a Saliba replacement in our team. I still think we don't.
I think there's a player I'll call now. Some people will not believe it, but I think Benjamin Frederick could be a good pickup for any side in the Premier League if you want to play from the back, a central defender.
Well, if you ask me, Mosquera. I just want. If you ask me, just go to this
Spain.
French league,
Okay.
this French team, and pick up Jeremy Wake for me. I don't need. I need young boys that I can groom in that back line because one way or the other, you see the likes of Saliba, they might leave for Madrid if they just win a title or two. That's just one thing we can't deny them because players always look forward to playing for Madrid. So that's
Mhm.
something you can't deny. So you
For
just
sure.
have to prepare yourself for the day it will happen. Like, oh, okay, yes, your farewell, yes, your farewell service. Madrid,
Mhm.
drop your 200 million, take him and go. We are good to
Oh,
go.
Madrid have started doing something very evil. Madrid.
Those people now they just dey wait make
So
person
wait
make person
till
make person
just
play
have
out
one
in
more year left.
contract.
They'll go and
Crazy
tell their
people.
agents big things. Yeah, refuse to
Like
renew
I
contract.
still can't believe that those guys got Mbappe for free. I swear to God, I still can't believe
Same
it.
thing with Trent. 1 year left. They'll just go and speak to your agents. They don't worry. We'll give you a huge sign-on fee. Don't worry about it.
I
The
I
player not
what
going
makes
to
it
renew
so what
contract.
makes it so laughable? What makes it so laughable is this is the first time I've seen Madrid literally deny a player. Like they denied Konate. They say,
Nothing.
"Omo, you Nalayo, we don't want you at all."
Konate, I think he's overrated. If I'm honest, I think
He's fucking
he,
overrated. The boy is not good at all. He's not
he's
good.
had one good season. That season where they won that league, and it can happen. But it can happen where a player just has, a
It was probably just a little purple patch. That was just it.
Yeah,
It was just a little
have a
purple
very good
patch.
season and just drop off. Like there was this guy, he's a striker who will soon be rounding up the show. So there was this guy, Michu for Swansea.
Oh yeah. Me too.
Was
Me
it
too.
20
Come
goals
on.
that season?
That guy was
This
a
is
problem
celebration.
against whenever we played Swansea. Oh my god,
Like
it's
this.
always Michu.
But
Wallahi.
after that season, I was thinking that this guy is going to make Spanish national team. He's going to be, some solid, maybe David Villa competition, but just vanished. Just vanished on the face of the earth from
Yeah, but I also think it was plagued with injuries because they're just players that they get plagued with injury and they can't replicate that form anyway. At least you can remember what happened to Eduardo after he broke his leg. I
yeah.
mean, it was all crazy. So and you see the same at the same time too. I tell people I'm one Arsenal fan that would never call our former players snakes. You see, you see whenever you mention Van Persie, be like, oh, that's snake. You mention this one, you be like, oh, I'm like, bro, even you as a person, you define how you want to take Japa from Nigeria, you as a person, because you want to have a better space to operate. You understand? So this footballers literally have their own span. Once it's gone, it's gone.
Exactly.
It's gone. You can't literally blame them. It's gone. I mean, we had the chances of trying to build a squad, but we never did. All Arsene Wenger did was signing players like Skilachi, Shamak. Bro, do you think me I want to wear JC and play with Shamak? For what now? With Skilachi? What's happening now?
Oh my. So I'll put you on the hot seat now. Do you think Arsenal will still win the title this season? Of course, you're 2 points ahead of Man City, so you're still leading the league.
I'll answer that question in February. For now, I don't have an answer to that question at all.
Okay, for me, who are talking about title race for Chelsea, I looked up and said no, title race is not there because first off, you don't have a prolific striker.
It's not even about a prolific striker. They don't have a good back line. So I don't even rate them at all.
And then your coach is a stubborn man like Ancelotti. I used to tell people that see Ferguson, Ancelotti, they were not super hyper tactical kind of no. Just play. You
They were. You see, coaches like that. They were just all traditional and principled. My 4-4-2. You know what to do. You're good to go.
set play.
Towards injury time. Why you just see fake will just stand up and just do his injury times, and it's about time for you to score, and then that's it. Don't need to. This idea of improvising one player doing 5 things at a time, and it's just too much.
I think Maresca said that in that footballers are footballers, they should be able to play the way I say no. Okay, see, I can come up with a tactic that will make Haaland struggle. Play Haaland as a right winger. He's still an attacking position. Play him as a right winger. He will struggle. But play him as a 9, world class. Take Odegaard, play Odegaard centre back. He will struggle. But these coaches, they want to, So for me, I just think Chelsea just finished up for going to Champions League again next season. But the thing is, I don't think this board will learn. They're not going to give you an Osimhen or any experienced striker. They'll still go and sign 120-year-old. And some Chelsea fans are drinking the Kool-Aid. Seriously. They're drinking it. They'll tell you, there's big Sarpayev now. Some Chelsea fans will tell, Sarpayev, yeah, that guy is better than Gyökeres. So people are bought into that. So for me, just finish top for this season. If you finish third, just manage third or fourth. Next season you go again. Because if Maresca leaves, who would they go for again? They say Liam Rosinho, and maybe Fabregas could be in their brain. But that's it. So Eddie, I want to say a big thank you for coming on the show. We didn't get the other guys to come on as well. We're all talking about this in the group. Hopefully for the next game. So how we plan to do it, I know you were not here yesterday, but how we plan is at the end of each game day. So like today, after the final game, we'll have the wrap up of all the games played for the big team.
Okay.
And then so tomorrow, all the games played, I think 1 or 2 games that big teams are playing, we'll have a wrap up of that as opposed to having it after every game. Because I don't think that's practical at this point. So Once
Yeah,
this,
yeah, yeah. Sure, sure.
once at the end of the last game, we'll go and talk about. So come and do that here, and then I know Nigeria, nobody lives like Nigeria like that. But AFCON is coming. What can we do? We have to talk about. I'll talk about it as well. Talking about this, their whole AFCON business. About, but meanwhile, for me, Martino, I promise this is the last I'll talk about. For me, this NFL, they don't learn any lesson. Okay, if you've learned the lesson, if you feel bad, you know, and you fail to go to World Cup, what will be your next thing to do? Chad, we messed up, we've embarrassed this country, we failed to qualify. Okay, let's stock this team with all the best available players we can get. But no, they went on and they got someone who has been released on free transfer after free transfer, playing for, whether is it Irony or is it Irani, the one club in Israel, and it's not the top two. We're not the top two clubs in Israel. Hopo Tel Aviv, Maccabi Haifa, those are the big boys in Israel that play Champions League qualifiers and those kind of things. Those are the big boys in that. And then they kept Uche Crisantos. They dropped him off. Someone playing in Premier League. And Nigerians, they're kind of like Gotham because they deserve the Batman that they have. They deserve the NFF that they have. You see some people saying, "Oh, the fact that he's not proved himself in Premier League," but you're bringing somebody from Israeli league who's not even playing for the big team. You're bringing him. You're bringing him to come and play. You're
Well,
trusting him
me,
without.
me, me, me as a person, I keep telling people that first is first. Once it has to do with NFF and Nigeria, you will never find me in the conversation because the last time I watched Nigeria play football, trust me, even when we were in school, I used to tell them, Chima, like they knew the last time I watched Nigeria, like watch football was
Mhm.
play football was 2013. That was during Stephen Keshi when we had the 4-4-2 guys, Ideyi Brown and what was the other guy's name when they played good football. I don't remember even when they went to the World Cup throughout. I don't anything Nigeria. I don't boy because I'm like, why do you even stress yourself watching this people? I don't even know how to string the simplest of passes. Like, it's not even possible now. Like, I see. I rather just tune a radio that is not online and listen to that frequency noise than watch Nigeria play football. To be honest, I don't watch Nigeria play football. I don't stress myself. I don't at all. I don't because we are just not ready. Like, bro, we're not ready now. We're not ready. When we're ready to play football, we know what to do. But for now, it's just all about favoritism, stealing money.
Exactly.
So they are not, bro. The whole even talking about the country itself gives me migraine. So I don't even bother. I don't bother. Wallahi, I don't bother.
So I feel your frustration. I feel your frustration. So say big thank you for joining on the show. Hopefully tomorrow we'll do it again and Champions League nights as well. At the end of Champions League games, looking to do it as well on here. Hopefully, we'll have a fuller house next time. Thank you so much, Eddie, for
All right, man.
joining. Yeah,
I appreciate. I appreciate the time.
you're welcome.
All
All
right.
right,
Be safe.
all right. So thank you everyone who's been watching the stream. Thank you so much. I hope you smash the like button, you share the video. We're having this match of the day for each game day. Once the game ends for the day, we'll come up here and have a roundup of all the games involving the top 6 sides in the Premier League, and then we'll be having this as well for Champions League as well. And then going into next week, we'll also be looking at AFCON games, the games that Nigeria will be playing. Nigeria will be taking on Tanzania, so we'll be previewing and reviewing. The preview is already up on the channel, so check it out. The review will be coming up on the channel as well after the game, so keep your eyes peeled on that one. And how do you feel about Wilfred Ndidi being the captain of the Nigerian Super Eagles? It's now official. I was hoping for Victor Osimhen, but that is not the case. So at this point, I've come to the end of the video. Saying big thanks for those who stayed all through this full hour watching this live stream, having discussion and contributing in the chat. And I'll see you on another video. Stay well and definitely stay blessed. Bye bye.